Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer and welcome to a new playthrough video. Tonight I am playing Final Girl. This is a new villain, new Final Girl, new locale. The villain is Geppetto. He's a puppet master and he has three little Muppet puppets that follow him around and do his bidding. I'm at the Carnival of Blood and I am playing Charlie. I haven't actually looked at the back of her card. I kind of like the special ability that she gets to be a surprise. But when I cover all 6 of these with rescued victims, if I get 6 rescued victims, I can flip the card over and check out her special ability. Charlie has 7 hearts. Geppetto starts with 8. Each of the 3 puppets have 1 heart. They do 1 attack and one attack for 1 damage and 1 move, but their move increases as Geppetto's move increases. So at the start of the game, I have gone ahead and shuffled all the cards. I've put out the equipment. I've set up the game board with the various victims. My Charlie is in this spot, which doesn't really have a name, and the killer is starting over here at the Ferris wheel. I've followed the setup card to put the number of victims where they go. I've shuffled the terror cards and the event card. You have to draw an event card at the start of the game. It's not real. Place 4 new victims in the House of Mirrors, which is right there. So immediately I've got 4 additional victims. And this sounds like a good thing. It's not. It's more victims for him to kill, which raises his bloodlust. And it also means more victims that I have to get off the board so that he doesn't get a hold of them. So that's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place the skull token in the Forest of Horrors. Okay, so every one of these little special scenarios comes with its own token. So here's the skull token. Place it at the Forest of Terror. That's right here. There's already 2 in there. Any victims at or moving into the Forest of Horrors are killed immediately. Well, that's not fair. Come on. So these 2 are dead. And every time a victim dies, the bloodlust goes up. And the bloodlust token is right here. So he starts here, and he's already gone up 1, 2. That's really not cool. All right. I have my 6 zero-cost starting cards. And let me get out. I always forget to get out the reference for the turns. I like to, since I'm new to the game, I'm still trying to learn all the turn phases and stuff. So I've got that right here, and I'm going to put it where I can see it. So it's the action phase. Play any action cards. All right, so here we go. I start at timer 6. The terror track is at 4. I can walk, short rest, focus, walk, focus, or weak attack. Obviously, I need to get these guys out of here. So, the ones closest to me are these 3 right here. So I am going to do... First of all, I'm going to do a focus. I'm going to try and move this up. I get to roll 2 dice, and I'm looking for 1 or 2 stars. And I rolled a single star. I could get this. I could discard 2 cards to turn that, but I don't need that. I'm just going to move this. Actually, no, I'm not moving. Sorry. I'm doing a focus. So focus allows me to reduce this by 1, and it reduces the time by 1. So that's okay. So now I want to do a walk. So I need to roll 2 dice, and I got 2 and a fail. So I need to turn those 2 into a star. I will get rid of the short rest and the weak attack because I'm too far away from him right now to do anything. And that will turn this into a star, which allows me to move 1 space and lose a time. And that goes away. So these are the cards I've used. I've played these. Focus and walk. I'm going to go ahead and try and focus so I can gain some time. I need 2 stars. And I got a failure. So I failed. I lose 2 time. And the only thing I can do is a walk, which I'm going to do. I'll roll 2. I got 2 fails. So I can lose 2 time, which I'm down to 0, and that's the end of my turn. I have no time to buy any. This is not good. So I really didn't plan this right. I have no time to buy cards, so this turn is over for me. The killer phase, resolve the killer action. Okay, there are no victims in his spot. What he does during his turn, he spawns a puppet that will move to the nearest victim and will try to find the nearest victim and move one in that direction. So you always spawn in the spot, and the closest victim is going to be these. So this one will move here, and then the same with Geppetto. He will target the nearest victim and then stab. There's nobody in his spot, so he doesn't do anything, and he doesn't have a move, so that's okay. Now, terror card. Place Geppetto in your space. Ow! He is there. Place a puppet in each adjacent space if available. Yes, there are. There's one here, and there's one here. Place each puppet in adjacent space. Now, target the girl or enemy and strike. All right, well, there are no bad guy or no victims in these two spots. However, he is in my spot. I think I get to choose whether he strikes me or a victim, and I'm just trying to remember. I can't remember. I think I get to choose attacking. Let me see the killer phase. Killer phase. A killer involves the killer choosing a target. Resolve the killer from right to left. Unless otherwise specified, always target the closest option. The target is the closest victim. The target is the final girl. The target is whomever is closest victim or final girl. If there is a tie, choose the group that has the most victims present. The final girl is not a victim. If there is still a tie, refer to the rules. That doesn't really tell me whether he kills the victims or me. The amount of each check will target one. The killer will always attack victims before the final girl. All right, so I was wrong. So he will kill one of these, and they go in here, and his bloodlust goes up 1. He is now at 2 movement for every boot. He still does 1 damage, and this drops 1. His terror goes up 1. That is the end of the killer phase. The panic phase. Yes, he killed a victim, so these two are going to panic. The first one is going to move to 3, which is here. The second one is going to move 4, which is down to the forest. That's an automatic death, which raises his terror 1 more, his bloodlust 1, and he reveals his dark power. Weapons. Puppets now do 2 damage when attacking. I'm off to a very, very bad start. And it's going to get even worse because now I can't run. I have no freebies. It is now the upkeep phase. The 0-cost cards go here, but unfortunately it's not time to buy them. The timer goes up to 6. It is now the action phase. I can take nothing. However, it is now time to buy cards. I have 6. Well, I am going to buy a Retaliate for 4 and a move for, well, where do I have, not a move. I guess I'll do a sprint for 2. That takes me down to 2. No, I went from 6 to 2 to 0. That's it. So I've bought the cards I can buy. These are in my hand. All right. It is now the killer phase. The killer will spawn a puppet. There are no puppets. The puppets will move 1. So this puppet will move here. And then the killer will strike. So the killer does 1 damage on me. Oh no, I took it off of his, excuse me. 1 damage off of mine. Killer. And then the killer do a terror card. Moves down 2, 1, 2. Each victim that is with or adjacent to a puppet panics. If a victim panics in a space to a space with a puppet, they are killed immediately. Well, okay, so this one's going to panic out of here, I hope. A 6 will move it back to me. That's not what I wanted. And then each victim that is with or adjacent to a puppet space. This one's adjacent. Here's the puppet. So the first one moves to a 4, which is right here, and dies. I can tell you this is going down fast for me. All right. This victim will flee to 5, also here, and dies. This goes up. Draw an event card. Event number 2, Animal Panic. Each time the horror level increases, roll the number of dice equal to the new horror level. For each star, you may move a victim of your choice 1 space. For every 2 dice that are not a star, kill a victim. All right. Well, you know, sometimes these games don't go as planned. Okay. These 2 are in a space with a puppet, so they will run. 5 will go here, and the next one, 6 will go to Things to Astonish. So that at least they're getting out of dodge. All right. I need. That was the terror card. Now it's the panic phase. No victims died in the killer space, so they won't flee. Upkeep phase, I get my 0 cost cards back. You know, I could have done that retaliate to undo that. I'm gonna retro. That's why I bought it. Let me roll 2 dice and see if I ignore the damage he did. I got 1 star, which allows you to reduce the attack by 2. He did do 1. He's now at 2, but at the time he was at 1, so I'll put that 1 heart back. And I also do a damage to him, so at least I pulled a heart off of him. All right, and then retaliate goes away. It is now my turn. I am going to. I got to get that victim away. This is the problem. I'll do a walk. I need 2 stars. And I got 1, and I'll turn that one into a weak attack and a short rest. I will get rid of those to turn that into a star. 2 will allow me to move 2 spaces. So 1, 2. I'll tell her to flee. She's going to give me. I'm going to move the terror track back 1. I don't need to be hitting 1 die roll. All right, my turn. Focus, sprint, walk, focus. I need to focus. Let's do that. I got 2 failures. I lose 2 time. So first thing I did was I walked, so I moved 2 spaces and I lost a time. Then I did a focus, and I rolled nothing, so I lose 2 time. I have 1 more focus. I got 2 stars, which moves this back 1, and I gain 2 time. And now I need to get these guys out of here. How do I get to them? 1, 2, 3. Moving 3 spaces would do it, but even moving 2 would do it. I got a star and 2, but I had to use the walk to do it. So 1 star will move me 1 space. I'm with a puppet. And, oh no, I was doing the sprint, excuse me. 1 star gives me 2 spaces. I was wondering what I was doing. I still have the walk, and I lose a time. So I guess last action I will do a walk. Come on. I got a failure, which I lose 2 time. That goes away. I have no cards in my hand, but I do have 2 time left. So during the planning stage, I will buy a. I guess I will buy a guard in case somebody moves to my spot. I'll buy a guard card for 2. Now I'm down to 0. Now it is the killer phase. At the killer phase, you spawn a puppet. Well, they're all out. Nobody's been killed yet. The puppets will move 1 space towards the nearest victim. Well, in this case, it would be here. Here would go here. Here would go here. And they don't kill, but the killer will strike at somebody, and there's nobody in his spot. So that's that. Now the terror card. Oh, come on. 2 back. And then the killer will target the nearest victim, which is, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm the nearest, so he will move 1 boot, but he moves 3 spaces per boot. So he moves towards me, and he will strike, and he does 2 damage. I will use my guard card. I rolled a single star, which reduces the damage by 2. He does 2 damage, so I get no damage. No damage done. What is this? Oh, I still had a card in my hand. Oh well. So that is his turn with the terror card. Now it is the panic phase. Nobody died. Upkeep phase. All the 0 cost cards go back. 0, 2. Oh, sprint goes here. Focus. 0, 0, 0, 0, and retaliate. I only have 1 card in my hand. It is my turn. I can guard. I cannot move this turn, but I do. The timer goes up to 6. So for this one, I am going to choose a distraction for 3, and I'm going to choose a critical blow. Well, I can't choose critical blow. I will choose a. I can't do a furious strike. I could buy another. Well, no, the guard won't help me. I need to move. So I will choose a sprint for 2. And I've got 1 card left, which I'll choose a close call. I'm down to 0. Now it's the killer phase. The killer will spawn a puppet. There are no dead puppets. They will move 1 towards the victim, and he's already there. They don't strike unless they're given the kill instruction, I believe. Then he will strike me for 1. I will play the guard card. And I got a single star, which reduces the damage by 2. He's currently doing 2 damage, so he does nothing. This goes away. These are the cards in my hand. Sorry, I keep getting these mixed up. Alright, that was the killer phase. The panic phase, nobody died. Upkeep phase, my cards go back. Now, the action phase, which is me, I can distract, sprint, and close call. So I'm going to do a distraction. I need to roll 2 dice. I got 2 stars, so this moves back 2, and I get 2 time, 6, 7, 8. I needed that. Then I'm going to sprint 3. That is an escape. If I can get them, I can get 2 off. So if I can move at least 2 spaces, I need to roll at least 1 star. And I got 1 star, so I can move 2 spaces, so I can go 1 and take 2 with me, and 2 to the clown car, which is an escape route. I'm going to ask for move 1 space. I get to move here. And I'm going to use the other one to move another space. I'm going to move back and take these 2 off. I'm going to reduce the terror by 2. 1, 2. And that was not bad. All right, so I've still got close call, and I just did a sprint. So those are done. The sprint, I moved 2 spaces, so I had to lower this by 1. So I've got 7 to spend. I'm going to buy I'm going to buy the retaliate for 4, down to 3. And then I'm going to buy a sprint for 2. And I got 1, and I'll buy the last close call so I can re-roll some stuff. All right, that is it for the planning phase. Now it's the killer phase. He will spawn a puppet, and that puppet will move, but he doesn't spawn, so that doesn't happen. Although the puppets do move closer. This one moves, this one's still there, and this one will move here, I guess. So every puppet is with a victim, and they haven't stabbed him yet, which is really weird, but okay. I don't think they attack. Let me see. Do they attack? Each killer phase, when spawning will take a token already. If there are no tokens already, okay. Puppets have 1 heart, and their attack is 1. Puppets have strings, so they must spend their movement. They must move their. It doesn't really tell me when resolving a killer action on a terror card that does not specify whether it only applies to the puppets. Each puppet will resolve the full action 1 at a time. So I think I've been doing this wrong. I think these puppets also follow the rule. I think they do. Which is a bummer, because that would mean these 3 are totally dead by now. I'm going to play it that way. This will move up to the maximum. I draw another event card. Run, I'll hold them off. The victim closest to you is your fiancé. If an enemy would move into your space while the fiancé is there, instead kill the fiancé and the enemy stays where they are. If your fiancé is killed by a trap, lose 5 terror. or 5 of these. Wow. Okay, so my fiance will be the blue, and the victim closest to you, that would be one of these. So I'll change that with a blue one. All right, I need to get to the fiance. So the killers, the Geppetto, there was nobody in there for him to kill. The puppets did their killing, and it is now the panic phase. There was nobody killed in there. Upkeep phase. This returns here, sprint and distraction. I get all of the 0 cost cards. Do I have 10 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can only have 10 cards in your hand at max. All right, my turn. I need to get these last 2 out of here. A move and a sprint would do it. Let me do the sprint. Actually, let me do the focus, because if I could get this into the green, I'll get to roll 3 dice. Come on, just 1 star. I will turn that into a star by getting rid of the weak attack and the other. Well, I'll get rid of focus and short rest, because I don't need the short rest right now. So these go away. That turns to a star, which allows me to move this back 1, and I lose 1 time. But I've got 3 dice now, so that's good. Now I'm going to sprint. I need 2 stars. 1, 2. No, I only need 2. I only need 1 star. I will turn that. You know what? I'll do a reroll. I'm going to play a close call to reroll any 1 die. I will roll this one, and it is a star, which allows me to move 2. What did I do? 1 star allows 2 spaces. 1, 2. I am now with the last 2 victims, and I'm going to get out of there. I lose 1 clock. All right, that's fine. I'm going to do a walk, and here I do need 2 stars. And I got them, 2 stars. So I can take these 2 to the exit and say, get out of here. This gives me the last victim, allows me to turn over my card and get 2 time. I get +2. Actually, the walk lost me, what did I roll? 2 stars? 2. I lost a time, so it was at 4, and then I gained 2, so it's back up to 6. Charlie. During the action phase, you may lose 3 hearts to take the critical blow action card directly into your hands. That's kind of scary. All right, let's deal with this Geppetto guy. All right, so he's 2 away. I could get to him with a walk and do a weak attack and a retaliate if he attacks me, and I could possibly do this critical blow. I could take 3 hearts. Let's see how it works. I'm going to go walk. And I need at least 1 star, and I got it. So I'll go to his spot, and I lose a time. So I have done both of my walks. I can do a weak attack. I'm going to roll 3 dice. I need 2 stars. Come on. I did not get them. I failed. Wow. I could turn these in to make 1 star, but I'm still going to do a damage and lose a heart, and then I'm going to lose my ability to retaliate. So I will choose to lose the heart. Actually, that's his. And end the turn. That's the end of the action phase. All right, the planning phase, I've got 5 time left. The weak attack goes away. These are still in my hand. 5 time. I will get a furious strike for. Well, no. I need a guard for 2, and the 3 I will do a improvise, which turns 3s and 4s into successes. That is 3. I'm down to 0 time. It's now his turn. On his turn, the puppets will pick the nearest victim and move 1. They're all circling me. And then he will strike me for 3. Oh, man. I'm going to play retaliate. So let's put those 3 back just to see. If I roll 2 stars, I get to ignore all damage. Did I do his... Terror card. No, I haven't done the terror card yet. Sorry. He's going to attack me before we do the terror card. I got 2 stars, which allows me to ignore all from attack and do 2 damage. So I do 2 to him. So that was a good play. So he attacked. Now he rolls his terror card. Endless laughter. Laughter rings out in each space adjacent to you. All victims panic. Victims in a space with an enemy are killed. There's no more victims. If you're in a space with or adjacent to Geppetto, lose a heart equal to his attack value. Lose hearts equal to his attack value is 2. Why did I say 3? He didn't do 3. He did 2 hearts. Sorry. He did... no, I blocked all the damage, didn't I? So he didn't do any damage to me, so I'm still at 5. So he will do 2 damage to me if you are in space with a lose hearts equal to his attack. Well, I will play guard and try to ignore that. I got... I failed it. Reduce damage by 1 to a minimum of 1. So he'll do 1 damage to me, and the guard failed. So I lose a heart. Then, if no victims were killed and you do not take any damage, resolve the next terror card. Well, I did take damage, so that didn't happen. Alright, so now it is panic phase. No victims panic. Upkeep phase. I get my 0 cost cards back. Well, I don't get any of those. I burned them. They all go into here. 2, 4, 0, 0, 0, 2, 1. These are the 0 cost. All right, 0, 0, 0, and sprint for 2. All right, there we go. All right, it is now my turn. All I've got is improvise and close call. I can't do anything. I can't do anything. Actually, that's not true. During the action phase, you may lose 3 hearts. I will lose my 3 to get the critical blow. All right. Critical blow. I get to roll 3 dice. If I roll 2, I do 3 damage. And I can use... I'm going to play improvise. But you know what? I'm going to do improvise right now. Because if I roll at least 1 star, it says 3s and 4s are successes. So I rolled 1 star, which says on the next horror roll, which is going to be for critical blow, 3s and 4s are considered stars. All right, so 3s and 4s are stars. That is a 3. That is 3 stars. 2 and an extra, but 2 will do 3 damage to him. We both have 2 hearts left, and it lowers this down 1, which doesn't really help me. I still get to roll 3 dice. So this goes away, and I still got my close call in hand. The timer was at 6. I didn't lose any time for the improvise or the critical blow, so I have my full time left. I am going to buy guard for 2 and retaliate for 4, and that takes me down to 0. All right, so I got my cards. It is now his turn. All the puppets will move 1 spot towards me. Oh, and you know what I've been doing? They do damage to me as well. I keep forgetting that. So that puppet would have done 1 extra heart, which means I'm on my last heart. As soon as this goes away, I see if there's any bonus hearts on the back. All right, so the killer called them all forward. Now everybody's going to attack for 1. Now here's the deal. As soon as the puppet attacks me, I have guard and retaliate. This is not good. So here's the deal. I'm going to let one of the puppets attack me, and I'll flip this over. And I've got 1 bonus heart left. 1 bonus heart. Then the second puppet will attack me, and I have to play guard on this one. Oh, I get to roll a 3rd dice. 2 stars allows me to ignore all damage. The second one didn't hurt, but the guard went away. The retaliate. This is what sucks. I'm not going to have anything left. The retaliate. This one will strike me for 1, which I have to use the retaliate card because I've only got 1 heart. I got nothing. And I have no cards in my hand to discard to turn those into successes. So the last puppet takes my last heart. And poor Charlie is dead. Wow, that really came down to the line. I did run a couple mistakes. I forgot that the puppets are also doing damage, so that could have possibly ended the game sooner, but I think I still played it fairly correctly. I'll read the rules again on minions and the puppets and make sure I'm doing that right. That really, and I didn't kill any of their puppets. I should have been worried about the puppets, but I wasn't thinking. All right, well, that is my second game of Final Girl. I played Charlie versus Geppetto. Did not win this round. Geppetto successfully killed poor Charlie. So, I'm not sure which of the ones I'm going to play next. I have 3 more choices, and then I'll start substituting some of the cards. Every game has 2 girls you can play, and you can mix and match the bad guys with the locale, so there's a lot of replayability here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and read the rules again, make sure that I had everything correct, and what I didn't, I'll try to correct for the next game. And that was fun. Even though I lost, that was fun. I mean, that kept me on my toes. I was really, I mean, it really makes your palms sweat a little bit. So Geppetto got me, but there'll be another chance. All right, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me for another game of Final Girl. I'll be back again very soon with another game. Until then, everybody, take care.